Hey, hi, how are ya? Stephanie Stalwart, ATL Traffic Lady on Sunday, May 11th, 2025. Yes. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. That's what we sing, my sister and I, to my mom on every Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. And today is Mother's Day. And we can't sing that to her, unfortunately. And I laugh to keep from crying because she's gone on to glory, right? So we still could say it, but we can't see her response. So we can feel her response too. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mom figures, all those who are in some capacity ministering to children in a positive way, right? Thank you, mom. Thank you to my mom, my grandmom, all the moms in your life. And if you're a mom, thank you to you. You know, what kind of mom are you? What kind of mom are you? Tell me true. What kind of mom are you? Oh, there was a song. There was a song back in the day. Well, I don't know what more back in the day. When my kids were little, I'll say. And I think it was what kind of boy? What kind of boy are you? What kind of boy are you? I have three boys. Hashtag my three sons. Tell me true. What kind of boy are you? And they say what kind of boy they are. And what kind of boy are you? I'm what do we say? Boy who's good. What do you say? Good, smart. Something. What is it? I am a good boy, a smart boy, a nice boy. Right? They were boys, little boys. What kind of boy are you? What kind of? I'm just remember this. Tell me true. What kind of boy are you? And I say, what kind of? Because if they start acting up, doing little stuff, being a certain kind of way, whatever. Kids do kid stuff, but still, sometimes you got to redirect it. So I say, what kind of boy are you? And they say, I'm a good boy, and I say yes, and nice boy and smart boy, right? Who's good, smart, and nice enough to know better and to do better, right? What kind of boy are you? Say, what kind of boy are you? It was from some other song. What kind of something are you? I forget what it was from some kid's show. But anyway, we say, what kind of boy are you? What kind of boy are you? Tell me true. What kind of boy are you? And I say, well, what kind of boy are you? When they start acting up, I'm a good boy, a nice boy, a smart boy who's good, nice, and smart enough to know better, to do better. And that's what we redirect. We redirect them, right? We redirect them. What kind of mom are you? Good mom, nice mom, smart mom, good, nice, and smart enough to know better and do better if we make a mistake, right? What kind of dad are you? What kind of dad are you? Tell me true. What kind of dad are you? I'm a dad that's good. I'm a good dad, a nice dad, a smart dad who's good, nice, and smart enough to do better and to know better, right? And so, parents, give yourself grace when you make a mistake because nobody comes in here knowing how to be a parent, but it doesn't stop you from continuous improvement of your parenting skills, right? Don't say, "Oh, I've always been that way, so I'm gonna be that way." No, these are lives at stake. These are lives of people that didn't ask to be here. So you brought them here. You got a responsibility for guiding them properly, right? So we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but we gotta acknowledge we made a mistake. Know we made a mistake. Um, ask for forgiveness for making a mistake, and then correct the behavior. The only thing that shows you no different is your behavior has changed. Your response to something has changed. Your reaction has changed. What you're doing that we can see, hear, taste, touch, or smell has changed. Has there been a change, right? And so this is the whole rabbit hole to get down. We'll get into parenting and all that kind of stuff in another video. But part of parenting, there's two kinds of parents, a mom and a dad, right? overall in the great scheme of things. There's, stepmom, stepdads, this and that, all the other stuff, right? But, you know, the basic is a mom and a dad, right? And so next month we'll be celebrating all dads and Father's Day. This month, today, we're celebrating moms and Mom's Day, Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. We'll work on our good enough, nice enough, smart enough to do better and to know better in our parenting and really in our everyday lives as we move forward in some future videos. I just want to hit on some things here on this Mother's Day morning before I head out to church. Over at the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant is the senior pastor. So check it out. Check them out at newbirth.org. Video will be live streamed there. Watch it on YouTube and watch it on Facebook. They should just get on the flow, right? Come on, New Birth. You need to stream with us on the flow. You stream in other places, you stream with us. Your own members place. Black-owned streaming service. Stop playing around with them other ones. All right. No PSA. Okay, so the video is called "What Day Is Today?" Today is Mother's Day. So we're gonna talk about mothers, some other stuff here, mother type stuff in a minute. And we're also gonna talk about. I've talked about this many times. I lost my mom on the glory in October. It was October 30th, 2022. A day that changed my perspective on things forever, especially on mother things. And I finally realized at that moment that I found out my mom had gone on, and every moment after that, that I owed some people some apologies, right? Not that I did anyone wrong. It's just literally I did not know or understand the impact that losing your mom has on your whole entire life, right? I did not understand it until it hit me. So then when it hits you, you're like, oh my gosh, especially if you had an amazing relationship with my mom, right? And so it cut us like a knife, right? It was terrible. Still terrible to this day, right? And it hits you, losing your mom hits you in a way that, to me, other stuff hit bad. If I lost family members, friends, colleagues, etc. All of that is hurtful. All of it is difficult to navigate. But my own personal mother, oh my gosh, right? So I'm gonna share part of a video that I shared last year, 2020, fall 2023. I think it was right around the time, Dr. Jamal Bryant, when your mom, Reverend Celia Williams, Bryant, had gone on to glory. Y'all were getting ready that week for her homegoing service. So I shared a video of how her ministry had impacted my life and my family's life, and how yours did as well, and all of that. So I'm gonna replay some of that here in a minute. But oh my gosh, it is a pain that is indescribable, and no, you don't ever get over it. It becomes a new normal, but not one that I ever like. I still say it sucks every single day. When you talk like that, this sucks. It does. I laugh to keep you crying. Don't think I'm laughing. I'm not. This whole thing sucks. I'm glad that she's no longer in pain and that she's free of all that she had to deal with there in the end. But not even but and I also have a hurt place in my life, right? And it hurts the most in your year of firsts. Your year of firsts. First Christmas, first New Year, first her birthday, first Mother's Day, first your birthday, first, whatever things y'all celebrated on a regular basis, or maybe you had something you were looking forward to, a trip or something, and she's not there because she'd gone on to glory before the trip occurred, right? Your first realizing that, no, they're not coming back. There's an empty chair at the table, right? All of all of that. It's a lot to take in, right? And so, excuse me, so I said, I owe my friends and family members who lost their mom before me a huge apology because I didn't understand it to the depths that it was. And not that I did anything to anyone, but my understanding of it wasn't there because I had not experienced it myself. And once you experience it yourself, you approach it a whole nother way, right? So I don't know if I came to church that first Mother's Day. I may have come that second Mother's Day. This is the third Mother's Day. It was either the first or second Mother's Day after. I don't think I went the first, but I think maybe it was last year. Dr. Bryant, I didn't know, Dr. Bryant, you said, all right, everyone, Mother's Day is now. I don't know exactly what you said. But I didn't want to, it's Mother's Day, but I didn't want to dwell on the fact that my mom was gone. So I don't know what it was in the service, but um, it was hard. It was hard for me as someone who lost my mom to have to go through whatever it is that we're talking about in this in the service at the time, right? And and this is no slight, but for people who hadn't lost their mom to understand it in the way that people who had lost their mom, it's difficult to do. So, as we're now in the same category as many others, Dr. Bryant, that your mom is in glory on this first Mother's Day without her. I'm, I'm thinking that how you talk about it, if you talk about it today at service, is going to be different from a different perspective because now you've experienced it, right? And you understand it to a different level. I mean, it changed my whole perspective on everything after that. Like, oh my gosh, I totally get it. You get it, but you don't get it until you lived it. Right? So, Dr. Brian and anyone else who's on their first time without mom on Mother's Day, give yourself some grace and do whatever it is. If people say, what should I do? What did y'all do on your first Mother's Day without your mom? I don't know if I did anything. I don't know. And there's nothing specific that you should do. You should just, people can't tell you what to do. You should just do what comes to you to do because no one can tell you how to grieve or how long to grieve or how to deal with it or how not to deal with it or get over it by now. No. Mm-mm. It doesn't work that way. So as we come to this Mother's Day service here at church today, Dr. Brian's going to be a different feeling for you, and I know you know this, right? So, praying for you as you approach this particular service, because I know it'll take a lot, okay? And it's okay if you can't handle that. It's okay if any of us can't handle it. It's a lot to handle. As someone who's been with us our whole entire life until now, right? And so we don't know life without them, but now we're learning life without them. I don't like it. I don't care for it at all. I was up north this week for my sister-in-law's homegoing service. My brother lost his wife of almost 40 years. They've been 40 years married this December. And she's gone on to glory now. So we had the whole homegoing service and celebration for her. And I have two nieces who are now without their mom and their first Mother's Day without mom. The funeral was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days later after the funeral, first Mother's Day without mom. My brother's first Mother's Day without his wife to celebrate as the mom of his kids. 4 days after the funeral. My mom's funeral was in October. No, actually, the funeral was in November. She died in October. November, and Mother's Day is in May. So I had some time to get ready for Mother's Day, even though I still didn't do anything. But for my two nieces and for my brother, I'm praying your strength today. This is so close to the time that you lost her, and so close to the funeral, and just so close to everything. And it's tough. It's a tough time. It's really a tough time. Mm. So, breast cancer survivors, I'm grateful for you. Grateful for And for those who we celebrate who the battle with breast cancer is finished and they've gone on to glory, my sister-in-law and many others, um, y'all fought a valiant fight, fought the fight in the way that you chose to. That's what my cousin, Reverend Richard Norris, said in the eulogy. My sister-in-law fought her fight. She fought her own fight. You know? She chose to deal with it how she chose to deal with it. And, whether, people deal with stuff how they deal with it. And it's there. I always say, whose life is this? It's your life. So you decide what you do with your life. And so, however we deal with things in our lives, it's our life to decide. So, as an aside, this isn't just about moms, losing moms and dealing with cancer, dealing with anything else. It's also about your own self and your own decisions that you make, right? So, pray for my family as we get through this difficult day on many layers and levels. Now, here's a wonderful God moment in that, if there were any wonderful moments in sister-in-law going on in glory, is that right next to my mom and dad's burial plot. My mom's is going on to glory. My dad's still living. My brother was able to get their site for them. So my sister-in-law is right next to my mom right now, right? Her daughter-in-law, and their birthdays are on the exact same day, right? Same birth date. And so when the girls, my nieces and my brother, go to his wife, their mother's grave site on her birthday, it'll also be right next to them, literally one step away, is my mom and the same birthday and all of that. So they could celebrate both at the same time. And same for Mother's Day today. So when they go over to the cemetery today, my two nieces and my brother, to see about their mom, his wife, for Mother's Day, they'll be at the same place, one step away, to see about my mom, his mom, their grandmother, for Mother's Day. Same. So right in the same place. So if there's any bright side, that'll be a bright side, but otherwise, it's tough, right? And the other bright side is they're out of any misery or pain or whatever that they were experiencing in illness, right? So those are bright sides. But it's still tough for those who are left here, right? We're left here and it is difficult. So, you know, they had a funeral. We were funeralizing my sister-in-law. So mom's headstone right there. And I knew I wasn't going to be home on Mother's Day. I'm back down here. That was up north. So I laid some flowers for my mom uh, there too. Um, I shared, so she could be part of it, some of the flowers from the service. So I picked ones that she liked. She loved yellow roses. So I put one yellow rose. She loved the lilies. I put a lily. And what was the other one? Daisy. I love the daisy. So I put the daisies there. So she had three flowers. A picture with her three flowers and all of that. Um, on her grave marker, on her headstone, we talk about the Proverbs 31 woman because she's my mom, the whole Proverbs 31 woman. And so you can't print the whole Proverbs 31, 10 to 31 on the headstone. So it only has so much space. And when I thought of her, my dad was like, well, what should we put on her thing? I said, well, she's a Proverbs 31 woman for sure, a true Proverbs 31 woman in all aspects. So let's see, Proverbs 31, 10 through 31, a wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. This describes my mom to a T. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it out of her earnings. She plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. The woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So that is the Proverbs 31 woman, epilogue, wife of noble character, Proverbs 31, 20, 10 through 31. So we weren't able to put 10 through 31 on there, but we were able to put 13. I mean, we were able to put 28, 29. So on the headstone, it says Proverbs 31 woman, verse 28. Her children arise, Proverbs 31, verse 28. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. True, 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 true. And Proverbs 31, 29. Many women do noble things, but you, mom, surpass them all. And so true. And so we thought that was fitting for her on the side of the headstone. And so we did that. So I was able to go there and celebrate the life of my sister-in-law, and then also celebrate the life of my mom as it's Mother's Day weekend also. So we were able to do several types of tributes in that space, right? So whatever you're doing today, if your mom is still with you, love on her, celebrate her, hug, love, hugs, pats, all of that. How I start out the videos. Love, hugs, pats, all of that. I forgot to do it today. Sorry, love, hugs, pats, you guys. All of that, all of that, all of that. Hard eyes and everything, right? And love on mom. Just love on her as best you can. All you can. As much as you can. Because one day, one glad morning when this life is over, she'll fly away, right? We all will. We all have our day to be up there, right? And so before that day ever happens, because life is short, be celebrating your mom. If you don't have a great relationship with her, reach out anyway. Because when they're gone, they are gone. There's no, oh, I should have, oh, well, you never want to have regrets. Even if the relationship is tough and you reach out and they won't respond with it. At least you know in your heart that you did all you could do, right? I did everything that I could do to mend the relationship. As opposed to saying, well, she's not, so I'm not. She's the mom, she's the parent. Well, you're grown too right now, right? So be grown and reach out and do what you can do. And if it works, amazing. If it doesn't work, you did try. Because again, when they're gone, they are gone. You don't understand the gone until the gone is there. I didn't understand it until it's there. Oh my gosh, I have so many more questions. So many more things to ask you. So many more stuff to talk about. So much more advice to give. So much more love to heap on you. I didn't know. We didn't know her sickness was not unto death. And then here she was, gone, right? So we weren't expecting that. It was no long-term. It was nothing like something that was going to be the end of her life. It was no terminal anything. It was a complete surprise. And tomorrow is not promised, nor is today. You're hearing me now. What happens later today? Prayerfully nothing. But you must understand that you don't want any regrets. You don't want any regrets. So I can't say I have regrets. I just wish I would have known, so I could ask her more stuff. You think you have forever. Oh, we're gonna all live forever, and we're not gonna live forever. But it feels like it. So Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my mom. Mwah, love you in heaven. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother, all my aunts, all my cousins that have gone on. Now my sister-in-law that's gone on. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Heavenly Mother's Day. So if you're in a space where your mother's going on and she's in heaven, then happy Mother's Day, Heavenly Mother's Day to her. If you have mom that's still here with you on earth, you can hug, love, and pat and give heart eyes to, then do that. Do that with her. She's here. Moms just love anything. Moms love it all, right? My best job ever is being a mom. Hashtag my three sons, right? Best best gift ever is to be able to parent someone. God gives you these people to parent, and we got to parent them properly. And if we make a mistake, we got to just fix it, right? We don't just say, "Oh well, I made a mistake. Tough." No, you got to take ownership of that thing, and then make the proper adjustments and the changes, and then let the kids know, "Hey, I messed up before. I made a mistake, and I'm making the change now in my behavior and how I address this, or how I speak with you, or how whatever that is. Do that thing, right? What kind of mom are you? A good mom, a nice mom, a smart mom who's good, nice, and smart enough to do better and to know better and to be better. So, so that goes for any of us. What kind of man are you? What kind of woman are you? What kind of teen are you? What kind of kid are you? What kind of anybody are you? What kind of grandparent are you? What kind of uncle are you? What kind of honor? What kind of all of that, sister, brother, right? So, mothers, fathers, and I don't want to hear no baby mama. Stop saying my baby mama. It's the mother of your children. And I said in another video, don't let people insult the mother of your children. Don't you even insult the mother of your children. And don't let people do it. Because if you accept people insulting the mother of your children, that affects your children in a way that they may not be able to describe to you. But if you accept the insult of the mother, then the child is like, well, what do you think of me? Right? You're the dad, and you accepted the insult of mom. So that means you don't think not much about her, and you definitely don't think much about me. So you don't want to be in that place. So honor the mothers, honor all mothers, all mother figures, right? And if you're a stepmom, be a real stepmom. Be a bonus mom. Be a blessing mom, not someone who's there to keep the kids from time with the parent, because the father, because you want him all to yourself. You married him, you knew how many kids he had, and you knew that that came with it. It's like, man, you marry a woman with children, you know how many kids they have, and you know that the kids come with it, right? When they're little and when they're grown, they have their own lives, but that person, your spouse, is still the parent. And if they're a terrible parent, it's up to you to help them, encourage them to become a better parent, to become the best parent they can become. It's never too late to change that either, right? All right, I'm off on a side journey here, but I'm gonna get back to it. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day. Um, there's a sometimes there's a broken feeling when you lost mom. A broken feeling. I found a note I've written to someone special to me, that um, I try to help them, and hopefully, maybe you listen. I try to help you to get to your best place, to your best part, and sometimes we have broken parts, right? And it said something like, I found a note on my computer said, "You're a broken part," and so this is what I've written to someone. There's a song by Jason Upton called "Fly," going up to new atmospheres. I played it on here before. Gotta have new ears, right? God has given you the air, so fly. Let's fly, right? So sometimes we feel like we're all broken down, like, oh, I can't get out of this slump. I can't get out of this place I'm in. Or I'm in a situation with this person and these people that I feel like I can't get out of, or I feel like I'll hurt their feelings by me standing up for myself and worrying about myself and my feelings. Well, sorry, sometimes you might hurt other people's feelings when you are putting yourself first. It's self care, it's self preservation. You don't do stuff for people at your own expense as a regular thing to where you never are comfortable being able to advocate for yourself and do what is right for you because, oh, well, we got together in this relationship, whatever, marriage, friendship, whatever, and they're really toxic for me, and I got to get out of it. But if I do, I might hurt their feelings. Well, then why would you stay in a toxic just because you're going to hurt the toxic person's feelings? They hurt your feelings all day, every day. Why would you stay there? You wouldn't, right? So even if you feel stuck, you feel like you have broken parts, feel like you're in a place you can't get out of, you always can. It's never too late to start over. Do you want a new beginning? Do you want to press start? Another video I have, and press the reset button, ding, and then it's a reset. And sorry, sometimes people will not like your reset because it makes them no longer part of your life. And that's part of it. We can't keep having these doors uh, cracked open for people to move in and out of your life at their own will and do what they want to do in your life at their own will. You got to shut the door. You shut the door on everything, start over. And like I said, at my 16th birthday party, when my dad kicked everybody out, everybody out, everybody out, because there's too many people. There's too many people in your life, and they don't all mean you're good. Too many people. It's too peoply in here, right? Kick everybody out, and then my dad said, "Now go and invite the people in that you want in your party. Now go invite the people in your life that you want. Kick everybody out. I'm clearing the decks. It's a wrap. I'm creating a new life, crafting and curating the life I really want, and the life God has for me. So I'm gonna kick everybody out, and then I'm gonna go back out here and select the ones that I want in. There may be people I want in that haven't been in my life prior to now, and there may be people who have been in my life prior to now who are good for me that I will have in my circle. People who are not good for me, they're out of the inner circle. The communication is shut off. They have no access. It's a wrap because you've got to have self-preservation. You've got to excuse me, protect yourself. So the note about your broken parts says you can still have that love, joy, laughter, lightness that you've always yearned for. You can still have it. Getting to the root cause of the feelings and behaviors you express daily will help, right? So if you're feeling like, my life doesn't have enough love, joy, and laughter in it, I don't feel light. I feel like, I'm always burdened down. But you can still have that life. That life is still available. Clear the decks. Then invite in, craft, and curate the people, places, and things that you want in your life. Just because, all these people are in your life now don't mean they got to stay in your life. I'm going to hurt their feelings. Well, their feelings going to have to get hurt. They could love you from a distance. But you have to preserve yourself. God didn't put you on here to be suffering all the time. So it says you can still have that love, joy, laughter, lightness you have always yearned for. Getting to the root cause of the feelings and behaviors that you express daily will help. So feelings you feel every day, behaviors you're expressing every day that are not good for you or that are showing that you are in a place that is not good for you. Getting to the root cause of all that will help you. Understanding your why will give clarity to what prompts you to do or to feel things the way you have been. Addressing that makes it make sense. Make it make sense. Help me understand. Any attachments, that thing on you, any attachments you acquired since the root cause will have to be removed. What? Okay, let's go back. Getting to understanding your why. Okay, let me go back. You can still have that love, joy, laughter, lightness you've always yearned for. Getting to the root cause of the feelings and behavior you express daily will help. Right? Any attachments you acquired since the root cause of the feelings and behavior you express daily, any attachments you acquired since that root cause happened will have to be removed. You got to prune the whole thing. All that attachment has to go. The root cause of these feelings and behaviors that made you feel and behave that You don't have love, you don't have any joy, there's no laughter, there's no lightness, everything's heavy, everything's drag myself through life. Once you get to the root cause of when that thing started, any attachment you acquired since then has to be removed because they're not doing anything but adding to that feeling. After you removed any attachments you acquired since the root cause of those low feelings, once you remove that, you can then focus on addressing the root issue because you still have to address the issue. First, you remove everything that came on and attached to you since you had the root cause issue of those terrible feelings that you had. But you can't just remove the people because you still have the root issue. So you might attach more people that are still connected to that root issue. So first you remove all the attachments you acquired since the root cause, remove all of that, and you can't not focus on the root cause. So you have to focus on it. So it says once you remove that, those things and those people, and those places, you can then focus on addressing the root issue and be guided out of that dark space with therapy. You can come out of it. You really, really can. I'm a witness. You can come out of that thing. So I tell you what I know. I tell you stuff out of nowhere. I only talk about stuff that I know. Okay, that I lived through. Otherwise, I could just tell you what I think I know or tell you what I read, but I'm telling you what I've experienced for myself, and that makes a difference, right? Um, so you can focus on addressing the root issue after you remove all these attachments of people who are just leeching off of you and dragging you down and keeping you in a low place, in a sad place, so they can take advantage of you and what you have and what access to you gives them. It's all about them. Remove all those people. Once you do that, and then you begin to address the root issue and why you started to feel that way about yourself in the first place, that you only deserve that low level of attachment of people, why you deserve to be attached to people like that and feelings and behaviors like that. You can be guided out of that dark space with your therapist, right? So after you got it out of the dark space, you'll then be able to reach for that loving, joyful spirit that lies within. We all have it, that inner child. Come on now. I did a video, remember her, remember him? And it shows this kid, playing in the sprinkler, like, everything's so great. Because we all started out that way, right? So once you know, on any attachments that you acquired since the root cause of your feeling so low, once you remove all of that, then you focus on addressing the root issue. You can be guided out of that dark space with therapy. Once you're guided out of the dark space or on your way out of it, you can then be able to reach for the loving, joyful spirit that lies within because we all have it. It's been yearning for decades to be free. This loving, joyful spirit, it's in you. Come on now. It's not only possible, it is possible for you. So a lot of times we believe things are possible because we've seen it happen for other people, but we don't believe it's possible for us. But you got to say, I believe it's possible for me to reach that loving, joyful spirit that lies within me. It's been yearning for decades to be free again. It is possible. And in fact, it's possible for me. Let's say it with me. It's possible for me. Me. Point to yourself. It is possible for me. Look in the mirror and say, this is possible for me. And I'm going to do it. So you don't have to live yours to what I've written to my friend here. I was trying to help. You may be watching. You don't have to live your entire life like this, in this terrible space. Start working your way through the dark passages with a therapist as your guide. Your future self is waiting for you to remember yourself and let yourself feel free once again. Then I go back to when I talked about Dr. Bryant, your prayer and sermon and your mom's prayer. And when I was trying to encourage my mom, whose report will you believe? Is what I wrote. I believe the report of the Lord. And God didn't create you to be some low, down, depressed person, right? That may be part of our journey, but you can still reach for that loving, joyful spirit that lies within you. He put that in you. It's been yearning for decades to be free. It's not only possible, it's possible for you. So you don't have to live your life, your entire life like this. Start working your way today. The dark patches, as a therapist, as your guide. Your future self, my future me, is waiting for me to remember me today and let myself feel free today once again so my future self is free. Whose report will you believe? I believe the report of the Lord. I believe God. I believe God in everything He said over my life, everything He spoke over my life, even though it doesn't look like it right now. I believe God, and I know what God spoke will come to pass. His will comes to pass. It will not come back void. So I don't know when, I don't know where. Isaiah 60:22, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for you too. So you have a responsibility to your future self to, in your present self, make these changes. I talk about making choices. I say in other videos, do you like where you are right now in your life? If you had to rate your life right now, would you rate it like, yes, it's everything I ever wanted, or no, it's terrible, or so so? Whatever it is that you are in today, whoever you are today, whatever you're living today, whatever your life is today, it's all because of choices that you made in the past. Every past choice we make leads us to where we are today. Even choices we did not make. Making no choice is also a decision that can lead you to where you are today. Stuck in a terrible relationship, stuck in a terrible whatever, right? Um, every decision that was made for us. Maybe we were kids and decisions were made for us and got us to a terrible place. Maybe people took advantage of us and or victimized us and it got us to a terrible place. All of those things, even though you didn't choose it, there are things that happened, and all those things that occurred are all part of where you are today. And if you don't like where you are today, you don't like where you are today, and you don't want to still be here tomorrow and this time next year and in your future, then you got to make different choices, different decisions, uh, different actions today. Because what you do today is predicting what your future is going to look like. Okay? Because everything from the past predicted what you're going to look like today, what's going to be today. And I don't like today, so I better make some different choices so I'm not still here in my next checkpoint. Next checkpoint, I want to be in my future self where I'm out here with that loving, joyful spirit that lies within. It's possible for me. Same for you. Say it to yourself, right? And you don't have to live your entire life in a slump. Start working your way again through the dark passages with the therapist as your guide. This is what I've written to my friend. Your future self is waiting for you to remember yourself. And who is it? Jennifer Hudson has a song, "I Remember Me." I remember me. Oh yeah, I remember me. Sometimes things will remind you of your real self, your authentic self. Be your authentic self. Stop wearing a mask, fake stuff, dog and pony show for other people's approval. Only approval you need is God's approval, right? And you, if you agree with God, which you should, because He's created you, so why would you not agree with His plan for you? But people don't. But agree with His plan for you and be satisfied with His plan for you, and that you're living in that space for His plan, and choosing the things that He said for you to choose for His plan, and that He approves of it. That's all you got to worry about. Don't worry about other people's approval, man's approval, woman's approval. They're not getting me into heaven. They didn't create me. All they know about is what they want for themselves. I'm not worried about their approval. Everybody's got an opinion. Doesn't matter. I'm going to say again. Other people's opinion of me is none of my business. Other people's opinion of you is none of your business. You can't worry about that. Whose opinion do you want to pay attention to? God's opinion of you. And how do you feel about yourself? And what do you say to yourself about yourself? I've been saying that forever. How do you talk to yourself about yourself? What do you say to yourself? Oh, Steph, that's so stupid. I can't believe you still didn't do so and so. How come you didn't do such and such? Oh, you blew that thing. No, you say those things. That's negative. You just beat down on yourself. You don't even need anybody else to beat down on you because you beat down on yourself. Don't beat down on yourself. Lift yourself up. Just like as mothers, we want to build our children up. Fathers want to build our children up. Spouses want to build our spouse up, right? Friends would build our friends up. We don't need to be chopping our own selves down and chipping away at our own selves with self-limiting beliefs, thinking of scarcity and of lack. Talking to my girlfriend the other night, and I was telling her about some of the things I share with you guys, and how instead of saying, "Oh, I wish if I only had so and so, I just really need such and such, whatever." No, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. And literally, you have everything you need already. And if it's not showing here in the natural realm, it's in the spiritual realm, soon to be done in the natural, but you gotta believe that you have everything you need. You still talk and your words are powerful. You still talk about scarcity and lack all the time. That's what you're gonna have because your mouth spoke it. You're inviting that in, right? And that's what you're focusing on, that's what you're gonna get. What you're focusing on is what you're gonna get. What you want you, right? Who you wants you. So, you know, whose report will you believe? I believe the report of the Lord. And it says, and the rest of the note says, let's fly. Going up to new atmospheres, let's fly. And then to my friend, I said, and this may apply to you as well. I don't know how you manage all of that because they got a lot on their life. But I would like to know. I mean, how do you manage all of these things that are going on in your life? It's a lot. It's a lot. And I said, I don't know how you manage all of that, but I would like to know. I would literally like to know how you're managing all of that because it could help me. Is it compartment? That's what I've written. Is it compartmentalizing things so you only deal with what is required in the moment while keeping other things stuffed into their appropriate bins? Am I using compartments? Using compartments to deal with stuff. I only deal with what's required right now. The other stuff I'm putting away, stuffing away into a bin. I don't deal with that yet. It says doing the usual tasks of work and life by rote memory, yet never feeling or even being present. You raise your hand if any of this is you. I know I've been all of these things, right? So I don't know how you manage all of that, but I would like to know. And the question are, is it compartmentalizing things so that you only deal with what is required in the moment while keeping the other things stuffed into their appropriate bins? I'm raising my hand on that. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't know that that's good or not good. Is it doing the usual tasks of work and life by rote memory, yet never feeling, or even being present? I do that sometimes, right? You do that? Raise your hand. Type one in the chat if you do any of these things. Do you show up for whatever you have to show up for with a full zeal? Woohoo! Welcome to Having Fun Today TV. Somebody saw where they did the job and then collapse into bed when it's over just to recover from pouring out so much? These are questions I have. I'd like to know. Is it any of that? Anything like that? Then I tell my friend, the fact that you can function so well while not functioning fully is quite a feat. You have what it takes to overcome this space you're in because of past trauma. I'm praying you will move towards your wellness and the art of well-being. That's what we're doing here in How We Feel Like the Community. As much as we work in the illness portion of this thing with dis-ease, talk about disease, but I say dis-ease. Dis-ease being not eased. We can turn the focus in the opposite direction and work in the wellness portion of this thing with ease. With ease. Is it dis-ease or with ease, right? So say it again. I'm praying you'll move towards, for everybody, and it's for my friend. I'm praying you will move towards your wellness and the art of well-being. As much as we work in the illness portion of this whole thing with dis-ease, it's disease, but two words now, dis, or two sections, dis-ease, D-I-S-E-A-S-E, we can turn the focus, and you got to flip the switch here in the community. We can turn the focus, flip that switch in the opposite direction and work in the wellness portion of this thing with ease. So you're working in the illness portion of this thing with dis-ease, or are you working in the wellness portion of this thing with ease? Then I said to my friend, instead of drilling down into the dark place, looking for enough light to survive, oh, I just got to keep digging down in here. I just need a little bit of light to survive this thing. Drill up into the joyful place, looking for all of the light God gave you to thrive. Instead of drilling down into the dark place, looking for enough light to survive, flip the switch, drill up into the joyful place, looking for all of the light God gave you to thrive. God gave us this to thrive. He didn't give us life to be miserable. Harmony and contentment await, is what I wrote to my friend. The missing piece to the puzzle that is your life is found. It's like a puzzle lock. The last piece of the puzzle, it comes together, and then everything opens up. The door is opening. The missing piece to the puzzle that is your life. Your life is a puzzle. The missing piece to the puzzle that is your life, the missing piece to your life is found. You found them. Time for you to feel complete, whole, and truly alive again. Transform and heal. Time to transform and heal. That's why we're here in the community. How we flow. Today. We're here to transform. We're here to heal. I'm here to help you heal. I'm here to help you transform. I had to live a lot of hard experiences in life, not as hard as many, but hard for me, experiences in life to help you get through this thing because I lived through it. I talk about what I lived through. There's things I didn't live through that I can't speak on. And there's worse things than what I've ever lived through that people can speak on. And you think that terrible things you had to experience in your life, you never want to talk about them. But I always think, God, why do these things happen to me or to people? And not because they should or whatever, but if they do, how do you turn that into something that's helpful for others? You share your story. So I share stories here, but you share your story of that awful thing that occurred in your life. You don't keep it bottled up. You keep it bottled up, then you hurt yourself. You're drilling down, trying to find enough light to survive. You want to drill up into the joyful place, looking for all the light that God gave you to thrive. And in your thriving and surviving that thing and thriving in it by telling the story of what happened, that frees you. And there's someone out there who needs to hear that story. They're in it right now. They're literally either in it right now, or they don't know, they're hearing your story, but they're about to go in that, they have no idea, or they're trying to come out of it, or they just came out. All those 4 levels of people connect with you. They connect with the story that you never wanted to share, the story you never want to talk about again because it was so terrible. It was very terrible, very dramatic. But in not sharing the story, and not talking about what happened, and not freeing yourself enough to talk about the trauma, you are working in the illness portion of this thing with dis-ease. We want to flip it, turn the focus in the opposite direction and work in the wellness portion of this thing and these things we've had to deal with ease. So instead of drilling down, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to bury this thing. I went through that. I got trauma from it, and it's changed how I behave and how I look at things. I'm drilling down into the dark place, looking for enough light to survive. Flip it, drill up, share your story into the joyful place. Drill into the joyful place, looking for all the light God gave you to thrive. You survived the thing. Unless you're still going through it right now, you survived it. As awful as it was. You were strong enough to survive that thing. Now tell your story. Share your story with someone who thinks they can't make it. They're going through it right now, and they're about to give up. And I mean literally give up. But it could be your spark of your story that lets them know, number one, I'm not the only one going through this. I'm not alone. People think they're alone and stuff because no one talks about stuff. You're not alone. You're never the only one. And that's not to minimize it. That's to galvanize you to understand there's some strength in numbers. Okay. You went through that too. Oh yeah, I went through a similar thing. Wow. How did you deal with so-and-so? How did you deal with so-and-so? Well, and then you talk about how things felt and how, and you work through it, right? We each help one another, right? And we get stronger every time. But if you drill down into the dark place and pack all that stuff down into the lowest level of anything, with only looking for just enough light to survive, you're barely gonna survive. You're gonna be living this terrible life. So we gotta drill up into the joyful place, look for all the light that God gave you to thrive, look for the harmony, the contentment that are awaiting you. The missing piece of the puzzle that is your life is found. Love is found. Love is found. Sade. It's time for you to feel complete, whole, and truly alive again. Transform and heal. I said heal, 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 heal. Gotta heal. Gotta heal. All right, that was, I call that the broken part, but that was something I had written to a friend, September 2023, actually, and shared with them. I don't know if they actually got it or not, but maybe you get it today. I can talk about it again. But Psalm 27, 13, and 14, I heard someone talk about that on YouTube today. I had King James Version, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. 14, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Psalm 27, 13, 14, New International Version, I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. 14, wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord, right? I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. This change in my life for my life won't happen after I'm gone. It's gonna be happening for me before I got to go. Now, hurry up. Say, hurry up already. But I'm waiting for the Lord. I got to be strong in this thing and take heart, and I wait for the Lord, right? I will remain confident in this. I will see the goodness of the Lord. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage. He shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. I'm waiting on God. Are you waiting on God for anything? Sometimes we're waiting on God for something. We got to take the action ourselves. So if you're in a place where inaction is a decision, indecision is a decision, I think it's time for you to take action, because if you don't like where you are, and I'm thinking that you don't like where you are because it doesn't look like it's comfortable for you. Um, if you don't like where you are, you got to make different decisions and choices so that your future self will thank you for making action and taking action today on this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th, 2025, in the land of the living. Okay. Okay. So, the broken parts. Okay. Let me reset. Hey, hi, how are you? Stephanie Star, they tell traffic lady. You're watching How We Spell Out Today TV, and it is the video is called "What Day Is Today?" Today is Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Well, I just talked about a note that I wrote to a friend about broken parts and how we can be better. But there's broken parts. I had broken parts this week. Okay, I said I was up north for my sister-in-law's homegoing service, and we're on the flight back. You know those we're on a commuter jet, more of a commuter type jet, where there's only two seats on each side, so the three. And so it's already tight as it is, and then it's extra tight, and then it's tight on top of tight, right? And so, you can't take a carry-on. You can take your personal item, but your carry-on is going to be checked at the side of the plane because there's no overhead space for all that, right? So we get in there and we get in our seats, my sons and I sit down, and I initially had the window seat, but my son had the aisle seat. I don't want to sit in the aisle. All right, whatever. Okay, so but he was on in front of me, so he just said, "Go ahead, get in there." So he got in the window seat, and I sat in the aisle seat. In the aisle seat, there's an armrest on the person's side by the window. There's an armrest in between you two, and then there's an armrest on the side of the aisle. So the armrest on the side of the aisle, when I sat down, started to poke itself out into the aisle, as in, i.e., it's broken. Now I didn't break it, but it was broken, right? So in the broken parts, talking about the broken parts, what do we do to fix the broken parts? And sometimes there's broken parts and things in our lives, right? So this broken seat, I'm like, oh my, there's a bolt that holds them on. Let me see if I share this. I took a few pictures. Because I'm like, well, I guess we could fly like this. But then when the flight attendant saw it, she said, oh no, we cannot have that. We're all going to have to deplane and right? And all that, right? We're going to have to deplane and we're not getting out of here anytime soon. She was kind of smarmy with it. Well, I didn't break the thing. It was broken. But anyway, so then I got to notify the captain. So then they tell the captain. Then the captain had to come back and look at it. And then they had to call maintenance and so on and so forth, right? And it became a whole thing. And we were delayed. It took about an hour, right? And then the paperwork and all that stuff. So let me see if I find I don't have a picture of the handle when it was the armrest when it was swung out. But what was wrong with it was, let me see if I have a picture here. I think this will be the picture. So there's a picture here This is the row in front of me. And if you see on the upper right of the picture, where there's the armrest of the person with the white shirt, there's a little silver thing. It's like a little rivet or a bolt or something. So that side of the bolt was on my armrest. And then if you look at the part that was broken, if you look at the left side of the picture, it's sort of where the armrest of the person in front of me, the back of his armrest, there's a little side of the bolt there along that makes the armrest go up and down. It's like the bolt that holds it to go up and down. So the side facing the aisle, that part of the bolt was there, but the part of the bolt that was on the inside was not there. So the armrest just went bloop and flipped right out because there was nothing holding the one side. So we ended up being a whole hoo-ha, and next thing you know, they came back there. They got maintenance finally came. Everybody's like, oh, everybody on the plane's mad, thinking I didn't do it. But maintenance comes. So here comes maintenance. So they decided that they were going to tape, you see the tape in the seat, they were going to tape the armrest back in place so we could fly. Now, so they did that. So I stood up. I took a couple pictures of the tape and them taping the armrest. So they're there and they're taping the armrest, and then they tape the armrest. Here's the taped armrest when they're done. Like, okay, go ahead and sit back down. And I was like, okay. So I took a picture of the taped armrest. I'm like, I don't think tape's gonna hold it, but okay. All righty then. And then they came back and said, we're gonna have to do some more work on this thing, after they realized that it wasn't approved by whoever had to approve that for them. We just put the tape on it. You can't just put tape on things that are broken in your life and think it's gonna hold. Sometimes we have stuff going on in our life that's crazy work, right? People in our lives that are crazy work, and tape is not going to fix it. So they realized on the broken parts, tape wasn't going to fix this. They're looking on the floor for the other side of the bolt. Is it down there? No, they're all down on the floor. No. And again, that proves that I didn't break the thing. Because if I broke it, the bolt would still be on the floor because I would have just broken it. No, it was already broken, right? So sometimes things that we're attached to are already broken when you get it. People you decide to pick, they're already broken. They were already broken. You try to tape them up. You can't tape them up. Tape isn't going to work. You go back and see if that gets approval. No, it didn't get approval. It didn't get God's approval to tape them up and keep them with you. Just like it didn't get approval for them to tape this armrest up and for us to fly. Their maintenance manager said, no, go back on that plane. And so here they had to come back on the plane. And they said, okay, well, we're going to have to work on this some more. So if you stand up, you go ahead and sit back there in the FA's jump seat, flight attendant's jump seat. So here I am way back now. I got like a pink dressy thing, dress type thing, pink and purple. And so I'm in the jump seat in the back with my little roll-up sandwich rolls and my gummy bears. Because, it was early in the morning. That was what I was supposed to eat before we taken off. And here I got the armrest broken on the whole thing. So I'm sitting back there while they got the people. They got their people. They said, we're going to have to take the whole thing off. So here they are, all the people working. The guy with the orange vest, the guy bending down with the other vest. And everybody's just sitting there looking at him. Stand up, sit down, look at him, figure this thing out. How do we take it off? How do we do this? How do we do that? So I'm just at the back. I'm like, okay. Now the guy in the white shirt was the guy behind me who also had to stand up because they had to work in his foot and leg area to deal with my seat. So here he is standing up. They asked him, did he want to sit in the flight attendant's seat? And he said no. Now he got to stand up all this time. This is going on an hour because he can't sit in the seat. The plane was full. We could have taken off just fine if there were another seat available on the plane. I just sit in a different seat, but the plane was full, so there were no other seats. So here I am in the flight attendant's jump seat, and the guy is inconvenienced up there because he has to stand up for an hour while they remove the broken part. Like I said, in your life, you got to remove these attachments. You're removing these broken parts from you. You can't fly with them, right? You cannot fly. It's a safety issue. It's a safety hazard. You can't fly with a broken part hanging on you and hanging off of you. Now, I mean, people, places, and things. Like I said, what are you giving up for Lent? I'm giving up people, certain places, and certain things. They have to go. Same deal here. The armrest, although it was taped up back here, let's see, they taped it up, right? Okay, let's tape up. They're like, nah, that ain't gonna do it. That thing got to go all the way. So they're out here for the better part of the hour where the guy is standing up, and then you know, he's out here out of his seat while they take the armrest off, right? So they took the armrest off, and I'm in the back of the aisle. Let me see if I have a video of the back of the aisle. Watching everybody, the whole brigade of people with on the armrest. I'm back there with my gummy bears. Say, all right, got the gummy bears. Eat some gummy bears while I'm sitting here waiting. I can't pick them up anymore. Gummy bears. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the other video I had about gummy bears riding the rails? They ride the rails. A lot of gummy bears are flying to friendly skies, right? So it was a whole thing. So here is the finalized version of what I flew home on. It's bandaged up, but that appendage, that broken part is removed, baby. It is no longer there. And then you can fly. Then we could fly, we could take off. Same deal in your life. There's an appendage, there's a broken part, there's an attachment on you, a broken person that is on you that, I mean, there's nothing against broken people, but these are broken people, broken in that they mean ill on your life. They're doing things to harm you in your life. They're doing things to divert you from your God's given destiny. They're doing things to keep you from your birthright. They're doing things to keep you from your God-given kingdom spouse and union. They're doing all of those things. So yeah, those people, I'm not just saying people who are damaged or hurt or in trauma, not that. I mean these people who mean you no good. Yet they're smiling in your face. Oh, I love you, love bomb you to death, right? Love, oh, I love this, I love that. There, so it builds you up, make you feel good. You're like, oh, they're not that bad. And then they start snapping on you and doing things behind the scenes in secret competition with you and your person to thwart your destiny because they don't like their destiny. They want yours. These people do these things, right? I'm talking about love spells, witchcraft. People do these things. And we fight not against flesh and blood. That flesh and blood is cute as a button. Oh, so cute and so lovely. But that spirit is a whole nother thing. It's dark, it's evil, it's dirty, it's ugly, it's nasty. And it means you no good. And so if you're going to get to your God-given destiny, you got to cut that off. You got to remove it. So they had to remove this broken piece. That armrest that was hanging out in the aisle is a safety issue. This person is a safety issue for your life, for your children's life, and for your legacy, for your destiny. They are a hazard to it. It is a problem for you leaving them there. They've got to go. Just like this armrest had to go. I don't know where they took the armrest. Don't care where they took the armrest. They didn't leave it on the plane. They ain't staying in my space. Right? Because an armrest detached could also be a safety hazard, right? You could go flying around the plane if we had a sudden drop or turbulence or whatever, right? So they can't stay on the plane either. They can't stay they can't stay in your camp. They can't stay on your team. They have to be removed and then removed. The armrest didn't stay on the plane. They didn't leave the armrest on the plane. The armrest was taken off the plane by maintenance. So this person may need to be carried out, carry it out, carry them out, carried out. The armrest was carried out. They didn't leave it on. Armrest can't stay there. Sorry. It needs to go and get figured out somewhere else. And we move on with our bandaged place. We eventually heal and we're good as new, right? The armrest had to be carried out. That person has to be carried out. Carry out. Carry out. What does it say? Seacrest out. Carry out. They gotta go, baby. They gotta go. They nothing but evil. A wolf in sheep's clothing, honey. Evil personified. Looking like beauty, but possessing nothing but evil. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. But again, the broken part had to be removed. You can't tape it together. Oh, let's try to fix it. No, it can't be fixed. It's broken. It's irreparably damaged. It has to go. Same thing in your life. If you want the harmony and contentment that are waiting you, if you want the missing piece of the puzzle that is your life, which you've already found, but it can't fit in where there's no room, can't get in, right? You got to remove what is in the way in order for you to put the missing piece of the puzzle in place. And then it opens up the doors to everything, baby, everything. Everything God ever promised you. Everything that God promised anyone connected to you. Everything that God is going to bless you with to bless other people. Everything. And you're holding it up, trying to put tape on the doggone broken armrest. Well, I'm just going to tape it up. It'll be all right. Give me some more of that tape. Let's just put some tape around it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That'll work. As soon as you lean against it, boom, it's back out in the aisle again. It's still a problem. It's a safety hazard, right? It's an issue. So what do? Cut the whole doggone thing off. Shut it down. Bandage that baby back up. And then bring in the real missing piece. Not the fake missing piece. The real missing piece to the puzzle, to the destiny of your life, baby. There you go. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Love, hugs, pats, all of that to all the moms, all the moms, all the moms. That was from a note that I wrote, Your Broken Parts, to my friend. I was trying to help my friend heal. I wrote this September 29, 2023. But I don't know if they even ever looked at the note or got the note. But hopefully if you're watching today, my friend, you understand what I was trying to help you with 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, really for the last, 5 years or more, 6 years. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. There we have it. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Whether mom is here or not here, it's still Mother's Day. So celebrate your mom wherever she is, whoever she is, and however she is, right? We honor our parents and get blessed with a long life. So honor your father and mother, okay? Honor your mom. Even if you think they're not honorable, you still give them respect, and they're still the only mom you have, the only biological mom. Then you might have stepmothers. Hopefully they're good. They're not the evil stepmothers who mean you no good, trying to thwart your relationship with your parents and stuff. So when you're marrying somebody and you have kids and who you're married is going to become their stepmother or their stepfather, choose wisely. You got to choose the right kind of person, because even though they're not the actual parent, they will have influence in that child's life. Even if they don't influence them directly, they'll influence them by the way they influence you, and how your influence will influence your kid. So if that armrest is just still sticking out, it's going to influence whether the flight attendant can get up and down the aisle with the cart because it's sticking out. It's going to influence all kinds of stuff. They have to be removed, right? Don't invite in the wrong people to be part of your inner circle and your whole nuclear family life. You gotta know who these people are all the way. They gotta have shown some fruit, not no fake fruit with that wax fruit. Everybody's had wax fruit on the table. Wax fruit. We were growing up, grandmas had wax fruit. You don't need wax fruit to be shown. You need real fruit, okay? Real fruits of the spirit. If they don't possess any of that, they can't be invited in to be an influence on you and influence your influence on your kids. What if they don't even like kids? They don't even like people. They don't even like kids. They don't have kids. They don't like kids. And even if they like kids, but they don't have kids, they understand kids in a way, but not in a way that a parent understands kids. Just like, it's no slight, but it's true. Just like I did not understand the loss of people's mother until I lost my mother, and then I got it. You don't understand parenting until you're an actual parent. And I don't mean a step parent. Step parents can be great. Hopefully, step parents that you pick already has kids, so they know what a parenting thing looks like. But I didn't know what it was like to grieve a mother until I grieved a mother. You don't know what it's like to parent a kid until you actually parented your own kid. I didn't know what it's like for my friends to grieve their mother when I didn't grieve my own mother yet. When I grieved my own mother, then I know what they were going through in grieving their mother. If you're not a parent, you don't know what it's like to be a parent or how to parent in a way that a parent understands it. Not that you can't be effective as a step parent and you don't have kids, but you don't understand it in the same way because you're not a parent. You don't have kids already, right? When you have kids already, it changes your whole life, right? As soon as the kid pops out, life's different. You look at everything differently. And in having that change, it's like as soon as my mom went on to glory, life is different. I look at everything differently. Same scenario, right? So choose wisely when you choose somebody to be your spouse if you're remarrying, because especially when you have children, if they're little children or grown children, because the kind of person they have, the way that they understand, the kind of person they are, and the way that they can understand parenting and relationships of parents and children is different when they've never had their own kids, and when they had their own kids. We understand things differently. And again, it's not to slight anybody. I have friends who don't have kids who are great step parents and who are great, godparents and all that. It's not about that. It's you don't understand it in the same way. You don't understand parenting in the same way as a parent. It's like I didn't understand grieving my mom, grieving a mother in the same way as grieving my own mother. Dr. Bryant, you don't understand grieving your mother, people grieving their mother, people in your congregation grieving their mother until you grieved your own mother. And then you get it. You understand what I mean? So it's not any slight. It's not any, I'm not being shady, nothing. I'm just saying what it is. Because at least for me, that's been my experience, right? So what day is today? Today is Mother's Day. Mothers, love you guys. I'm going to get off because it's time to go. I got to get ready. I've been on here a while. We'll talk more. I'll share more with the stuff on another video where I said I was going to share how Reverend C, pastor's mother, blessed my family's life and my mom's life and stuff on another video because we're out of time. Let's see what else I'm going to share with you. Anything else? Oh, there's another resource coming up called Beyond IQ, where you'll dive into the world beyond conventional intelligence. Because IQ was your intelligence quotient. And then they came up with EQ, was your emotional intelligence quotient. And then I learned last week, my sister belongs to this amazing group of women in leadership and business called Chief. And while she was in town, there was a Chief event here in Atlanta. My sister invited me to, and I was just able to experience a little bit of that. And oh my God, I think it was Pinky Cole was there as a speaker that evening, but I couldn't stay for the whole evening thing. But I was there for the beginning of the day. Amazing women, amazing leaders. It's so great to be around people who get things like I get them, who have zest for life like I have zest for life, but who still deal with real things like I deal with real things. It was amazing. I mean, the energy in the room, amazing. But there was a speaker who gave a session there, talked about AQ. I think it was agility quotient, which was another type of quotient. So this Beyond IQ dives into the world beyond conventional intelligence. Then we talked about people learning about their EQ, your intelligence quotient. And then now there's the AQ. She said came about since the pandemic, your agility quotient. How do you manage things when things that you never expected to happen, and all of that. So I'll share some more of that later. But Beyond IQ, this one particular resource It's a comprehensive guide for it's going to transcend traditional boundaries of intelligence. And it's going to kind of equip you. It's crafted to equip you with insights on emotional intelligence, transforming the way you perceive, react, and engage with the world around you. This is very helpful. And inside my resource guide here, you're going to discover reality check, how to understand the truth of your life and learn how our actions pave our paths. You're going to discover emotional mastery, diving deep into emotional intelligence, discovering what it truly means and its importance in our daily interactions. You also discover in my resource, we're going to discover the mental conditioning required. Learn how to change your mental and emotional habits to alter your perception and your reality. You're going to discover empathy and discover control. Develop empathy and learn to control your emotions for better social interactions, right? And you'll discover inside the resource guide, harnessing emotions. You'll understand how to manage and use your emotions for personal and collective success. It's beyond IQ. It's your roadmap to navigate life with enhanced emotional awareness, control, and intelligence. Okay. And as I get more on the agility quotient, I'll share that with you. I'm just learning about it about not even a week ago. So looking forward to learning more about that. That was very, very eye-opening for you as well. So I got some things to share with you coming up soon on that. But our resource for today, Beyond IQ, the essential role of emotional intelligence for success. I have that for you as a resource and also as a video upgrade coming up soon on How We Flowed Out Today TV, on the Flow Shopping Network FSN, and on all other platforms that I have the How We Flowed Out Today community coming up very soon. So excited. I gotta go. I don't know how long have I been on here. Too long. 121. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna shut it down. But seriously, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and all the mom-like moms, all the amazing stepmoms, all the amazing bonus moms, if you want to call it that, all the amazing anyone who plays in a motherly role. Okay? God bless you. I love you. Have an amazing day. Celebrate your mom wherever she is, and celebrate all moms. Celebrate your baby mama. Don't call her that either. Mother of your child is what you need to call her, right? No matter how many you have. Okay, whatever it is. It already is. It's already done. You can't stop it. So if you got 10 kids, talk to all 10 kids' moms. Okay? Celebrate all of them. Don't just celebrate one or two. You celebrate them all. Because again, how you're treating the mother is how it reflects that the kid thinks that you think of them. You celebrate them publicly all the time. You never talk about us. What do you think of us? Nothing, right? Right? You celebrate their mom all the time, but you never talk about how great a job my mom is doing if they have different moms, right? That makes them feel a certain kind of way. So we got to celebrate all the moms. None of these kids have to be here, right? So celebrate all the moms. Every mother deserves celebrating. It's a hard job. It's the toughest job I'll ever love, right? It's a hard job, but I love it. It's so hard, right? And so we got to support each other, moms. Love y'all so much. Love, hugs, pats, all of that. We'll talk more. We'll talk. I'm going to say, we'll talk. We'll talk, okay? The broken parts, get rid of that thing. You can still have the love, joy, laughter, lightness that you've always yearned for. God gave it to you on a silver platter, even though you pushed it away. But if you get to the root cause of the feelings and behaviors that made you push it away, that's going to help you. Understanding your why will give you clarity to what prompts you to do or feel the things the way you have been. Let's address those things and make it make sense. Plus, get rid of any attachments, as in people, you acquired since the root cause. And all those got to be removed, just like my armrest had to go. You can't just tape it up. It has to be removed. It can't stay on the plane. It's gone from the environment completely. We'll never see or hear from that armrest again. That plane will never see or hear from that armrest again. It's gone. That's how it has to be in your real life. The people you remove, they're gone. You're not on the same platform. You're not in the same spaces. You don't collaborate on anything. They're not invited back. They're not welcome back because they didn't do anything that was going to get you to your God-given destiny. They tried to thwart it. They were destiny swapping with you. That's a real thing. Y'all be thinking I'm saying stuff that's not real. Destiny swapping is real, right? Shape shifting is real. People wearing masks and being fake is real. People pretending to praise God and serve God and be a minister of the gospel and be a whole fake, phony, devil worshiping, witchcrafting person is real. People projecting their own idiosyncrasies onto innocent people is real. Their evil doings. The reason why they know so much detail about what they say your real person is doing is because they're the ones that do it. Your real person don't even know all them details. Your real person don't do that on a perfectly innocent person. And the last thing I'm going to say is it's up to you. You have a responsibility. Talking to a specific person, talking to everybody. You have a specific responsibility to protect your person, your innocent person who had nothing to do with any of this. All they did was show up for the assignment. Your person showed up for the assignment. Your fake person realized your person showed up for the assignment and they wanted to thwart it and insert themselves into it. And that's what they did. And they continue to win until you put a stop to it. They continue to win until you stand up for your real person that God sent. That's all I'm going to say. Happy Mother's Day. What day? So stand up, by golly. Waiting for you. Let's go. All right, you guys. Love you. Love you. God bless you. God loves you more. Love, hugs, pats. All of that, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that. And I'll see you soon. Enjoy your Mother's Day, okay? What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. What day is today? Today is Mother's Day. I love you, Mom. On in glory. We'll talk.